1 should be streaming. We are streaming. I'm gonna share it in announcements.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, I think we are live. Ready to go. I just got a sip of my ginger ale. So, this is week number 1 of PRA Wreckfest season 15. Welcome in to all of our lovely viewers. I hope everybody is having a phenomenal night. My name is B-Dog, and I am joined in the booth by a fellow board of director member, Squeller. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much. Just warming in my old booth seat back, getting used to the surroundings again. But yeah, I know I'm so happy to be back. Good old week 1, man. Classic duo of tracks, brand new format to talk about. Yeah, I'm excited.
All right, well, it's going to be a nice, fun time, guys. Now, if you look on the screen right there, you see something different. This is new, and it's new indeed. We are starting a new format here in season 15, and we're introducing teams. So there are 9 teams of 4 drivers, 36 drivers total, of free agent drivers as well. Alrighty, so tonight you will, and that is the live wires, the Firebird green. Those will be the team colors for each squad. Pretty.
You're right.
Okay. Now,
You good?
hopefully, these guys can hear me now. Mic cutter. Guys can hear, but I think they're good properties.
Okay.
1 second.
Sure.
Alrighty, this should be better. Squeller, do you have a copy on me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Hope they can hear me.
Alright. Now, can everybody in the chat hear B-Dog correctly? I think we're good. So,
Sweet.
what's about to happen? We're about to join in for qualifying. Just want to reiterate what exactly is going on here. So, what we have is 3 teams of 4 that's going to be in this lobby. Each team is made up of a Diamond Series driver, a Gold Series driver, a Silver Series driver, and a Bronze Series driver. Okay? Everybody will be racing for their own individual series championship, Diamond, Gold, Silver, Bronze. But as well, they're going to be racing for their own individual, or their team championship. So there's 2 different types of points here, but the goal's still the same. And what's the goal, Squeller?
Oh, well, I mean, first things first, I'm trying to win, but yeah, no, do the best that you can, I guess, if you can't do that. But yeah, like it's going to be scoring points for your team, but you also have your own championship to kind of go for. So we'll see the kind of the drama, if you want to call it, unfold where guys are going to be racing for their team or against a team they particularly want to win against. while also keeping their own points in check. So we'll see if some of the guys give way to their teammates and they focus on that, or if they're like, hey, no, I want that first place stock and spot. I don't care if you're behind me. So we'll see how it turns out.
Exactly. We're going to get all these guys up in here and make sure everything's going.
I will say in the races that we had earlier, I did see a lot of guys doing the shuffle to help out their team. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the same thing here tonight.
Yep, I think there's going to be a good possibility that these guys aren't going to be playing too nice with each other. Who knows? This is going to be a very, very good race. So the Goon Squad, which we're about to introduce all these teams, guys, for you.
Yeah, got them in front of me.
So on the Goon Squad is D's Kurds, DH Fest, Slick, E-Man. And who's on the live wire, Squiller?
Live wires, we got BS or B-Sprague. B-Sprague, yeah, that's how he likes it, I think. We'll find out. B-Sprague 10, Brad Perk, Wheelie Bum, and Swamp Dog. That's the live wires.
And then the Firebirds is AYDY, Unknown and Fast, Badass Frog, and Oscar's fourth. Well, just by looking at these teams and seeing these rosters, who do you think is going to get the win tonight?
Well, I'll say this: they are very balanced. I like how we've divvied up the teams to have the diamond and the bronzes mixed together evenly. But if I had to put money on it, I gotta go with Firebirds. I'm gonna put on just overall performance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean a little bit towards them, but not. It's not like a huge gap. Like there's a lot of good drivers on the rest of the teams as well.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna have to go with the Firebirds too. I mean, they just have a very good team. You know, they have AYDY, Unknown and Fast. They got Badass Frog and Oscar, and I'm looking specifically for Oscar to see how he is going to perform tonight. He's going to be racing against two other Bronze Series drivers. So just want to go ahead and just clarify, guys. So when you see a color next to a driver's name on the leaderboard, that is the division that they're in. So if you see blue, they're in diamond. If you see yellow, they're in gold. If you see green, they're in silver. If you see red, they're in bronze. That way the drivers can understand who they are racing against for individual points. But when we load into the game, you guys are going to be able to see who's teammates because of their liveries. And then on the leaderboards, it helps the drivers and the commentators to know, because technically there's 4 different races going on at one time.
Yep. Yeah, that is a good way to put it. The divisions fighting against each other, but there's all these other factors to put it in perspective. So yeah, like I am curious though, like I mentioned before, just to see which drivers prioritize what individual performance or team. So
it's going to be very interesting, very, very interesting to see. I mean, we had some phenomenal races earlier. So we had 2 races that went ahead and happened at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and let me tell you, they were some good battling. I'm talking about the bronze in my lobby. I was in lobby number 1. The bronze series they were 9th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. We had a free agent driver buzzing in there, and they were towards the back of the pack, but at the same time, they were racing door to door. They didn't give a crap how far ahead the first place guy was. They knew 9th place was first place in bronze, and they knew that was their race to be racing against, and they were truly door to door.
Yeah, same over in lobby number 2. We had some insane battles that lasted the entire race. One particular to point out is between J-Ray and Petrie for, I think it was battle for 5th. Petrie is punching above his weight class if we're going to look division-wise, where he actually qualified for 3rd on the grid, which is huge, which is amazing for him, for one. But he was battling for 5th for J-Ray, and he held J-Ray off for like 25, 30 laps easy. And then on the last, I think the second last lap, J-Ray just got his inside and was able to pass him and take that 5th place spot. But that's just one battle. to consider compared to the entire field. It was nuts. There's too much to talk about, but I just wanted to talk about that one briefly. It was an absolute crazy battle between
Yeah,
those
it
two.
really is. It really is. Was a lot, going on. It seemed like you had some in my lobby. You had some silver drivers like Soul Pun mixing it up with some diamond drivers. Everybody has their own personal niche, and at certain tracks. But the good thing about this season, every week the car's changing. So next week they're going to be in the B class trophy runner. So
Yes.
if you're not good in C class, wait next week. We're in a B class, different cars, different tracks. So each week, so when these guys pick their team, they just didn't pick who's the best C class drivers, okay? They picked who was the best. But maybe some people will say, hey, I really want this guy for my A class driver because we're going to need him because I'm not good at A class, but this guy, he's in bronze, but he's like a top 13 A class driver, so I'm picking him for my team. Yes, okay, we can deal with the struggle a little bit in C and B class, but when we get A class, that's when it's going to matter. And that can also put some pressure on some people, knowing that they're only good at one certain track or one certain class, and when we go there, it's going to be interesting, man. But starting it off week 1 is something that everybody knows: C class Rocket, Bloomfield Speedway, Pine Hills Raceway, and
doesn't get more PRA than that, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I love it.
And you can see the paint schemes on the board, guys, and it's going to be so much fun to see next week how these guys are going to adapt to B class. I'm more excited than I think the drivers are to get this underway, and that's what we're about to do. So me and Squealer, we're going to ready up, and we're going to let these guys know we're good to go.
And another thing to think about adapting to for next week is, B class is one, but it's the trophy runner, and that thing is heavy. So we're going to go from a light C class Rocket to a heavy B class trophy runner. So it's going to be really cool to watch. And it's a little bit of a nod to the Baja Bash, which I like. Baja Bash, a great off-season series that we ran. The first time we ran it, Ty Hard won it in the trophy runner, and now now it's a main series car that we're using. So I love it. Everybody loved that event too, so it's great.
Yeah, we didn't have a chance to have the Baja Bash this past off season, but we did have a figure 8 season, and I think Unknown and Fast ended up winning that off season event. So I mean, hey, we ain't running figure 8s, but Unknown knows his way around the track,
Yep, for sure. And it's such a good 1-2 punch on that team between AY and Unknown. I think it'd be interesting to see how those two interact with each other, but looks like we're just about to get ready here, waiting a couple guys to check their tunes, take a sip of their ginger ale or whatever they're drinking, you said. Ready to do some qualifying.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, I'm ready to see what these guys are going to produce here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the screen, guys, and we are about to load into qualifying here at Bloomfield. These guys are going to get 10 laps, quickest time sets the field. I'm excited, beyond excited. Cannot wait to see how these guys are going to perform. So I'm going to go ahead and just give you guys the rundown.
Rip up some dirt.
All right, at the top left, you can see it. Just a reminder, blue is diamond, yellow is gold, green is silver, red is bronze. So I'm going to be having the mini map up. That way you guys can see the race within the race. Like I said, yes, there's one big race, but there's also 4 individual races. So, all right, guys, chat, give us your predictions. Who do you think's going to win tonight? Is it going to be Live Wires, Goon Squad, or the Firebirds?
I'm going to give an individual driver prediction before we get too much qualifying. And DH Fest won a gold series, which was top of the field last season. I think it was, anyway, he's won on this track before is my point. So I'm going to go with my man DH as my guess for my prediction as an individual. But like I said, with that 1-2 punch between Unknown and AY, I'm going to go with the Firebirds for the overall victory.
Let me just tell you, the Goon Squads, their paint schemes look, the yellow and black look really good. I'm looking at DH Fest's car right now, and he has a nice, clean look. Just going through the paint schemes, just seeing everyone's different paint schemes, the orange and white. I'm a big Tennessee Volunteers fan, so unknown and fast car right here. I love it. I love it. I love it. You got the Christmas tree here for for the live wires. I love it. Getting festive here. Christmas is going to be in about a month. You know.
Yeah, we'll be racing in December, so yeah, that'll come about.
Oh yeah, I am beyond excited to see how this season progresses, guys. It's going to be a real fun experience for all the drivers involved, and we're going to be learning as we're going. But we're 8 out of 10 laps into it, and right now we got a Gold Series driver that's on the pole, not by a lot, but he's still on the pole.
Close. DH has always had this track in his back pocket, and I can't tell you why, but I am happy to see him up there. But yeah, very impressive to see a Gold Series beating out 2 Platinums chasing behind him in D-Skirts and AY. And AY and D-Skirts are now tied in lap time. No, AY just beat it. For a second there, they were tied, though. That's how close they are.
Those 2 guys are going to be running pretty good. It's going to be a real battle between those. So, as you can see it.
Whoa! Slick just jumped up. Sorry to cut you off there. Oh, AY took it back, but still Slick just jumped up to 3rd, and Wheelie just jumped up to 5th. Crazy final lap shenanigans happened there at the end.
So we're having a Gold, Platinum, and Silver Series driver going at it at the start of the race. This is ovals is anybody's game. It doesn't matter what series you're in. I mean, you can see the Diamond Series driver right there. B-Sprag starting in the 9th spot. Not really where you want to start, but hey, anything can happen on an oval.
Anything can happen on an oval. Man, that was crazy, some jumps that happen. It's always the last lap, too. It's always the last lap where everything happens. Man, that was nuts. I'm excited. Last thing to mention, in seasons past, there was never a rule. But you'll see a lot of guys, if they're getting lapped, they like to move out of the way for the leader, just stay out of the way and let them get some clean air. But with the team racing, that's not going to happen. Like, you know the guy in last, he's about to get lapped. He's going to try to slow down that first place if he's not on his team. So that's something to consider as well.
You know, in race number 1 in Lobby 1, W ended up winning that. But he was catching lap traffic as soon as he was crossing the start-finish line. So he didn't really have to deal with it. He thought that he might have had to deal with it. But he caught the back bumper as soon as he hit lap 40. I think they finished side by side. So he got really fortunate.
Gotcha.
But, I mean, you have these, it's not just Diamond Series drivers in here. It's a mixture. So it could be a good chance that a Diamond Series driver runs down a Bronze Series driver very quickly. And you got to think, if it's 2 Bronze Series drivers racing in 11th and 12th, they're racing for points. They're not going to pull over, okay? You're going to have to figure out a way to get around them. And figure out quick, because if it's a teammate, if he knows his teammate's in second, he's going to block you. I mean, we're not trying to be dirty here, but I told the drivers in the drivers meeting, you ain't got to pull over, just race with respect.
Yep. That's a good way to put it. Oh yeah, we're not going to see 12th place go and take out first. That's not going to happen by any means. But it is something that they'll have to navigate and weave through. I will say in lobby number 2, we did have Wired and I believe it was Colt behind them. I could be wrong there. Don't quote me on it. It's a lot of racing that happened, but they did have to weave through some traffic, and it was really cool to see those 2 battling along with another battle that was happening at the same time, and all the chaos that had happened from that. Luckily, everybody stayed on the track, but no, it'll be fun to watch. See if we get some lap traffic.
I hope we get the opportunity to see some lap traffic. I really do. I feel like it's going to be a very fun time if we do. I mean, you got to think here. If somehow 2 drivers get 1-2. And a faster driver's coming, that second place driver might as well hold him up a little bit. Not really brake check him, but be able to get in enough of the way, that way it extends. Because you're racing your individual race, but it's team thing too. So it's a completely different dynamic.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, team racing really throws a lot of it's a big difference. Throwing it in the mix, and I mean, I'm so happy we're doing it. I love the team racing off-season event we did not too long ago, and I think it was not this off season, the last one. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people always seem to like it, and now we're implementing it into our main series, and I think there's a lot of great feedback, and a lot of people are liking it. So we'll see. We get the cars on the track here, how our first race goes on the stream.
I'm beyond excited to see how these drivers are going to compete today. I mean, these guys, they've got it. They've got it figured out. Look at that. Look at the top 2 rows.
Beautiful.
Goon Squad, man. Goon Squad in the top 2 rows. That is beyond crazy. So AY is just swarmed by them, and then you got the Christmas tree pack. They're all right there. 3Y or in the bottom. I think we're going to go green next time by. Oh no, they're sending them now.
Oh, they went green.
All righty, we're green here. 40 laps around Bloomfield.
Goon Squad has now bullied AY to the outside, exactly what they wanted to do. Try to push him off and get the pack in there. They try to go 4 wide. Wheelie Bum dives on the inside, trying to take advantage of the
Wheelie Bum. And on the inside of D's Curds. B-Sprag on the inside of Slick. B-Sprag started 9th. He's all the way up to 4th. I mean, these guys, they are battling everywhere on this track right now. Wow. 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. These guys are... the straightaway gets very narrow. The corner widens out, but the straightaway gets extremely narrow.
Wow, insane. I'm glad nobody got pushed off the track there, but looks like D's and Slick have slid back a little bit just from all that chaos from happening. DHS has got a good gap on everybody just because of that chaos happening behind him. Plus, he's got an amazing pace on this track, as he showed us at the qualifying. But now it's we got 3 different team members taking first, second, third here. It's kind of spread out a little bit.
Goon Squad did what they had to do. It seemed like they didn't race dirty. Oh, Brad saves it.
Ooh.
That S goes off the track a little bit.
BA goes wide.
Oh man, Slick's off the track.
Oh, we got somebody wide.
Slick, E-Man, Frog, all off the track. But, Goon Squad did their thing there, okay? They took advantage of their starting position, and now look at DH Fest. He has a nice, substantial lead. Everyone keeps running, it's just part of it.
Yep. And it looks like DH is also in a great position because AY is sneaking up on B-Sprag, who, by the way, we talked earlier, had a really not so great starting position. I think he started 9th, if I'm not wrong there. So he's really jumped up the pack. But the more that those two battle, the more that DHS could be able to extend that lead. So he's pretty happy.
I want to pop on board right now with Oscar. He is leading the Bronze Series race right now by 2 positions, or 3 positions over B-Sprag. Or not B-Sprag, Swamp Dog, my apologies. He is racing in the 6th position, and he can see a top 5. But I want to jump up here on some action here. We got AY and B-Sprag going door to door.
Wow, AY just made a very good move, cut him off there, and not dirty by any means, but just really used all the space he could just to get in front of him. Really good move, and that's it's slowed Sprague down enough where he's got Unknown and Deeskurt's catching him. That might be the kind of move AY needed to get some pressure.
Right now the Firebirds they're leading the point standings. Well, not after that. Not after Deeskurt's passes them. So it's a constant battle here. The points are going to be forever changing. It's too much to keep count of, But as we're popping on board here, we do have a Gold Series driver, DH Fest out front, but then we have Diamond Series 2, 3, and 4. So that's a battle within themselves. They're racing for their team, but they're also looking for themselves. But Wheelie Bum and Slick right now, the Silver Series, this is a battle for Silver Series, if I can pop on Slick. So Wheelie Bum is actually is a half a straightaway ahead of Slick, and that's for first place in Silver. So Wheelie Bum's looking good. He's got his teammate there in front of him. Oscar still holding strong there in 6th. He's up to +4 positions on the battle for bronze.
Yeah, if I was Oscar, I'd be sweating. You got Unknown and Fast in front of you and Brad Perk behind you. But man, he's holding on. He's doing great. He's got a lot of pressure on him. And he's really holding his own, keeping Brad Perk at bay.
Yeah, like I said, what do you want to do here? Right now, Oscar is not getting any points for his team because he's not top 2. That is AY and Unknown. Mm-hmm. So do you want to not be aggressive and just let Brad go by? I mean, you're still going to be leading the Bronze Series, or are you fighting them off for every single point? It comes down to what the driver wants to do and how he feels his race is going.
And I would like to mention, too, that DHFS, AY, and B-Sprag are now going around lap traffic because Badass Frog, unfortunately, got pushed way wide on that one corner. So lap traffic is going to be in the equation for this race.
Yep, and Badass Frog is getting passed by D-Skirt, still racing him pretty hard, but it looks like AY is actually closing down that gap a little bit on DH Fest. And you see E-Man, you can see him on the screen. That is another Goonie, part of the Goon Squad.
The Goonies, I like that nickname, sorry.
The Goon Tunes, man. The Goonies, these Goonies are dirty, man. They're dirty Goonies. Look at that little mustard yellow Goonies. Let me tell you. I mean, I don't know if they might catch E-Man, but it'd be smart if E-Man just lets D-Fest go, and then he battles AY and B-Sprag a little bit. But nothing changed here in the top 5. Oscar's still holding strong there in 6th. I mean, maybe he can run down Unknown and fast. He's got Frog is right there in front of Oscar. They're teammates there.
Oh, Brad goes way wide. Sorry to cut you off there, but Brad is just lapse in concentration there. He's going to lose a couple of positions.
E-Man went off as well. E-Man also went off the track. I think Brad maybe...
As he goes again.
I think Brad is maybe dealing with some ping. I did see some high ping out of him, so that's very unfortunate for him. But anyways, he's last in gold. I mean, maybe just not the race that he needs right now.
Yeah, internet issues will do that to you. I don't care if you're the best driver in the game. If you're pinging, right? So unfortunate for him. Hopefully, he can try to catch up and salvage his race.
Yeah, you never know what can happen. As AY, he is on the PRA right now, trying to get DH Fest's number called. All right around this lap is when, fatigue starts to set in. You're like, what? Fatigue? Video games? Look. DH Fest goes a little bit wide. That's what I'm talking about. The fatigue a little bit. Like, your thumb, your trigger finger starts to get tired from constantly pressing a button. It does. It really does. Like, this track, I switch between my middle finger and my pointer finger because it gets tired. And when I'm gassing it with my pointer finger, it seems weird. Or with my middle finger, it seems weird.
How do you shift then? Oh wait, you're on automatic, right? So I'm like, how do you use the clutch? Okay.
I run manual on ovals, but I don't shift. I never shift. I'm in one gear all the way around this thing.
Right. You can do it.
I'm really proud of Oscar right now. He is really holding his own.
He's kicking butt. Oh, I mean, we'd say badass. I'll say I don't need to censor that. He's kicking ass. He is doing good.
Yeah.
The fact that Unknown and fast, he is pulling away from Oscar, but it isn't like, insanely pulling away is huge in Oscar's book because Unknown is a very fast guy. So
most definitely. We're coming up on about 7 laps to go. Caution cutoff is about to fly here at lap 35, so next time by will be green to the end. All right, I feel like we've seen this again in my lobby earlier. DH Fest is catching some lap traffic and a lot of it too. I mean, is Badass going to let him just go around? Oh, DH Fest goes wide.
Oh, wide.
Wow, this just got intense right here. DH Fest just went wide.
AY's going to capitalize.
AY's going to rough him up a little bit. AY is one of the more aggressive drivers. As you can see, oh wow.
AY's going for it. He's going for it.
They don't need to be doing too much of that because B-Sprag is in the rear view. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Fatigue at these ovals. Now, what's B-Frog going to do? Badass Frog, because Badass he's going to be getting into the way here. Which lane is he going to pick? Is he going to pick higher or
too
low?
wide?
This is what we're talking about here.
It's going low. They're going high. Oh my God. Oh, he's just getting out of the way. He's saying no, thank you.
DH Fest is not going to let AY get around. Look at B-Sprag. B-Sprag is already here. He has closed the door. He's looking for an opportunity to pounce as both of them go up the track a little bit.
Oh,
now
go wide.
B-Sprag with 2 laps to go.
AY just went from first to third with that little move. Now AY's going to bump B-Sprag ahead, try to follow him through to get around DH. DH is on the outside. He's going to push him low. Try to get on the inside of Sprague. It gets cut off. And now we have a Sprague AYDH order going in with 2 laps to go.
White flag's out. This time by.
1 lap to go. Yeah.
AY's going to have one last attempt at it, and I don't think he's going to be able to get to it. D-Skirts and 2 teammates there are battling it out. Who's going to get to the line there? B-Sprague's going to win. AY's first. D-Skirts second.
D-Skirts took it.
D-Skirts got third. DH-Fest fourth. Unknown fifth. Willie was able to get around Oscar, but B-Sprague ended up.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, man. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to do it.
Crazy swap in the end. Like, DH had that race on lock, and one small mistake, or ping, or whatever happened, regardless, he went a little wide, not much, gave AY a chance, and as soon as AY got a chance, they start slowing each other down, and man, did B-Spray pounce on it. And that is a 9th to first position. Very, very impressive.
So B-Sprague ends up winning the Diamond Series. DH Fest wins the gold. Willie wins the silver, and Oscar wins the bronze. So congratulations to all those individual winners. Let's get B-Sprague up in the booth if we can, Squeller. I would love to talk to this man. He saw an opportunity and he pounced on it. DH Fest, lapse of concentration, whatever it may be, ping, he went high, and let me tell you, they were ready to pounce. And as soon as AY got there,
he still got first in the gold, so I mean, he's still a happy camper.
These guys don't care. These guys don't care.
No, he's right. You're right. If I know them, he doesn't care.
They want to win. They want to win first.
Yep. Whew, man. Crazy.
And we're going to get wired into the booth with us for race number 3 as well.
Yeah.
So I know, Squeller, you're going to be getting ready before too long to race in the PC series that's going to be live on Prodigy Racing's main channel there. Can you tell the viewers a little bit about the PC series?
It's a little different looking than this one, I'll say that. We're in A-Class Venoms this season, and with the PC, we're able to use mods and community-made tracks and whatnot. So, it's been a fun series. A-Class Venoms, everybody's got their own custom paint job, amazing paint jobs for those Venoms that really add a lot of flair to the races, and it's just a ton of fun. So if you've got a PC and you're if maybe you can't race because you don't have a PlayStation and you have a PC, or maybe you got a PC and you also race PlayStation, definitely hit myself up or Cross, who's been running the PC side of things. It's been a lot of fun. So, and you can check out the stream if you want to after this one on the main channel. Anyway, Wired, hello.
Hey.
There's my fellow Canadian. You're outnumbered, you Americans.
Whatever.
Watch
Story of my
out.
life.
Man, I felt left out. I was watching the stream that whole race because those guys were just doing their thing, and I wanted to join.
Man, what a race, right? Well, you saw it. Like, that was insane.
That was crazy. Like, that battle between AY Sprague and DH Fest there at the end was unreal.
Nuts. Yeah. It's definitely some exciting.
Well, I wonder if we're going to
still trying to get
I wonder if we
Sprague
can
in the
get
booth.
Sprague up in the booth. I really do want to talk to him. He needs.
If we can't, try.
I'm an invite to the booth.
Okay.
I got you.
Try to send it. You got it. Okay. If we can't get him, I'd like to get him. If we have time to get DH Fest in as a backup.
So we're gonna try.
See if
we're gonna try to get
Sprague
Sprague up into the booth.
There we go. He was added. We'll get him.
We're gonna talk a little. Talk a little bit with him.
There we go.
All right, B Sprague. Hello,
Absolutely.
How's it going, buddy? All right.
What up?
Well, you got the first win of the season for your team, and it didn't look like you were going to get it there for the longest time. You started 9th, not a great qualifying performance, but you went from 9th to 4th in one lap, and you ended up slowly and majestically getting your way up to the front, playing the game right, and when the opportunity arose, you took it. Tell us what was going through your mind.
Those last 5 laps, I knew they were going to come in contact with each other. I was just hoping. I was just waiting. I was like right there. I knew if they just got each other off the line, just slide on under them. Set home.
Yeah, dude, and that's exactly what you did. That was really masterclass in patience, just letting AY and DH really grind each other out until the point where I saw them get hooked a little bit. They went a little wide. You saw it. You snuck right down in there and
Yep,
pounced on it. It was a great job, man.
that's exactly what I wanted.
So,
Yeah.
how were you able to position yourself mentally, after qualifying ninth? Like, how were you able to overcome that mental obstacle?
Well, I was lagging the whole time, and then I finally I knew I was lagging because my phone had the internet on. So then I turned it off, and then I knew I wasn't gonna lag during the race. So I was like, well, I just gotta capitalize during the race. And that first like 2 laps, I was like, well, I still got a chance here. It's it's pretty doable. I'm in third right now. I still got a chance.
Yeah, most definitely, man.
Yeah, man.
You really did put on a clinic there coming up on that first lap. I mean, we saw you were like, man, ninth place, and then by the time you took the second lap, you were up to fourth, and wow. So, well, what?
I think we were 6 wide at one point, and B Sprague was part of that group. So
Yeah, we definitely were. It was pretty interesting. I just got the better end of the stick in about every part of that race. So
Yeah.
So, race number 2 here at Pine Hills. What's the key to this track?
smooth, smooth as fast.
And how do you think your team's going to fare up against the Goon Squad and Firebirds?
Well, we were practicing a lot, and I told them, smooth is definitely faster, and we're all going to be running 5 gear ratio. Everybody's running 3, but we're running 5 because we think that smooth is
Interesting.
faster. See, I'm a guy who runs 5 gear ratio on this, just like I did with the Rammer last season. That turned out. So hopefully it turned out the same
Wow.
way.
So we got some guys running 3. I know that was kind of the meta here at this track, but the live wires, they're running the 5 gear B Sprag. Thank you for joining to the booth, man. We won't hold you too long. We'll get you and your team ready for race number 2. Guys, that was race number 1 winner. B Sprag 10 won the Diamond Series as well as the overall winner as well. So, guys, we're getting ready here. It's going to be fun. Wired, you raced in this race physically earlier this afternoon. What was the difference between race 1 and race 2?
A tree. Sorry, no, go ahead. I had to get that job in.
Well, Squalor did indeed say it. For me personally, I met with what's commonly known as Frylock's tree, and I came back for a solid finish of third, but
You
I
did
think
push
that,
back strong. I'll give you that. Yeah, for sure.
I think the difference between the two tracks is honestly just being, as B Sprague said, as smooth as you can be here. There's a lot of areas where you can make a mistake that'll cost you a lot of time, and when you have guys behind you that are fast, even faster than you, I mean, it's tough to keep in that mindset. I was lucky enough that the guy behind me after I wiped out was my teammate, so I didn't have to worry too much about that. But definitely keeping it on the track and keeping as minimal mistakes as you can.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks that as soon as you're off the line a little bit, it punishes you so much. One, by hitting a tree, or in like, you know what I mean, or the rocks or whatever it is. But even some other areas, if you're off the line a little bit, it's a huge straightaway, and then the guy behind you is just going to come flying up, and that's why it's so important. Everybody says to stay smooth, is because as soon as you're off that line, but just a little bit, that guy behind you that hit it right, he comes barreling in, or you hit a tree. So it's no compromise. You have to stay on the line here.
Well, we're just waiting on one more guy to ready up. It looks like we're going to have 5 laps of qualifying. This is where you'll see those times. You might see closer times here with the different divisions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I want to give a quick shout out to Colt Chevy's team here. His Silver Series driver in Daddy McNasty actually started on the pole here.
Insane. In the last lap, he got pole. Like, nobody expected it. And out of nowhere, bang, he yoinked it from wired and took the pole. It was like, what?
Yeah, I also got to show some love to Colt. One of my good friends in the league. I say it time and time again. I don't think I've ever beaten him here, and I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm super excited for this
we're
race.
getting ready to fire some things off, man. Any early predictions on who might get the pole here?
Pole, I wanna. You know what? This might be a little crazy, but I'm gonna go out on a limb. He was my teammate for the team event.
I was gonna say Brad too, dude.
My former Canadian, my Canadian brethren. I gotta go with Brad here.
I was gonna say the exact same thing, man. I don't know. Brad's just got this track, dude. Like, yeah, I won't pick him because you picked him. I'm gonna go Deeskerd because that guy's a menace. He's just an absolute menace behind the wheel. I love Deeskerd. He's one of the newer up and comers. Not new, but he's not a rookie anymore. But I'm gonna go with Deeskerd for pole. Any predictions,
I
B-Dog?
think Unknown and Fast is going to qualify third. That's my prediction.
That you're guessing third for unknown? So you're not guessing first. You're gonna guess unknown and third. That's I love it. I love
I'm
it.
saying third, so just mark my word. I feel like third. Who knows? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah.
throwing something out there.
Yeah, I like it. I never heard a guy predict. I think this guy's. We normally predict pole. I love it. Yeah, it's a good.
And I'm going to give a little shout out to Deeskirds here since that's your pick. He actually, I think, made the smartest decision he could for this qualifying, and he waited for quite some time. So now he has a lot of clean open air. He shouldn't have to worry about catching up to anybody and scrubbing a lap.
Well,
because of it.
It always reminds me.
These guys are starting to hit their hot laps now, so we're about to see live on the leaderboard where everyone's at.
Whenever a guy sits back like that, it always reminds me of the guy that needs to be like the last off the ice. You know what I mean? For any Canadians, it's always the guy who's got to be last off the pitch or whatever. I don't know football stuff, but yeah. So we'll see.
And oh my AY, how can I forget about this kid?
Yeah, we can't. I
mean, AY in Pine Hills, I don't care what car it is. It's just a match made in heaven. This guy runs so fast here.
53.7. I'm pretty sure he beat McNasty by half a second there with that time for qualifying, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, me and McNasty were both in 54.2s.
Yeah, so I know you did run like a 54.0 in the race, so you did improve it over time, but still, 53.7 is flying.
And you know why? AY he's upset. He had that race potentially won, okay, and Bloomfield, but DH Fest was like, no sir, no thank you. We're gonna handle this, guys. I just want to point out. Look at the qualifying order. Top three are in.
Yeah, that's.
And then, Oscar messed it up. Oscar messed it up.
My boy Oscar, let's go, buddy.
Say top three was diamond, bottom three was bronze, and it was every other driver for gold and silver. It just shows you how competitive PRA really is, man.
Oh yeah.
And who shines on what track? Some drivers just have their tracks, man.
Absolutely, and during practice, E-Man hit a tree. During practice, Bumskag voiced his concern with me and said, like, these two tracks, he's not very strong here, And I said, you know what? It doesn't matter. All I wanted him to do was go out there and run his race, and whatever happens, happens, And he did. He didn't perform, I think, the way he would have wanted to, but he did solid overall, and I'm still proud of the guy.
Yeah, there's some good racing for sure in that last two races. A lot of good battles.
I will say your split of diamond and bronze is now back in order.
Yep. It just means we did our job right? Picking where people go.
But we're coming down to the last laps here. Let's see if Unknown jumps up into that third spot like B-Dog predicted here. He improves, but he didn't make it to the third, so very, very close for sure.
See if any change happens in the top three. D-Sprague stays in second. D-Skirt stays in third. DH jumps up to fourth. Wow. Flying.
DH Fest. He's looking for some stuff. He's looking forward to this race. I know for a fact.
And
DH,
Oscar
man.
comes to ruin the day.
There he is. He pumped up to 9. That's funny. Yeah.
Wow. So
Swamp Dog did too at the end. Sorry, Swamp Dog bumped up.
Top qualifiers: AY for diamond, DH Fest for gold, Willie for silver, and Swamp Doggy Dog for bronze.
Ooh.
Didn't know y'all had dogs up there in Canadian.
They're
they're
mostly
more like
huskies,
wolves.
right? Yeah. I heard the coyotes howling the other night, so yeah, they're around.
Oh, they're always around.
Yipping.
So this is a little tough for me. I mean, AY starting off on pole, he is angry about that last race. I guarantee it. I
consider AY an emotional driver. That's a good way to put it.
Sure.
He definitely leads into his emotions, and you can see it affects his driving at times. I don't mean to shit on the guy. He's a very fast driver, but I'm hoping he just scrubs the last race and goes in with full confidence on this one, because that's what AY needs. Just like, yeah, I got pole.
Absolutely. And a guy like AY, he's his own worst enemy. We've said it time and time again, so he needs to shake things up. I think this team racing might boost his confidence. The fact that he's in Diamond with us, he's been trying so hard the past 2 seasons to get up into gold, and we gave him a shot, and now it's time to see how he does.
Yeah, well, he's pole, man. Woo.
So we're going to be racing 15 laps here. Caution cutoff is going to be at lap 12. I think these guys are just going over the final touches here. So
this is going to be an interesting race. I love seeing. Unfortunately, one of our Diamond drivers kept lagging out and wasn't able to make it in Zuri's, but it's really cool to see the top 3 guys all being Diamond, and it's going to be a good battle amongst these top 3, 4, even 5 drivers.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like DH Fest is going to cause some trouble, some good trouble, coming up when we get to the hairpin. I think here's the thing: the starts and restarts here at this track is one of the wildest of any, because you're full throttle, go into an elbow bend, and you're still full throttle. And you're basically kind of still full throttle until you get to the hairpin if you pitch your car hard enough at the top of the hill. And it's narrow, tight, but these guys, they seem to make it work. But who knows Diamond drivers, when they all race together, they seem to make it work. But when you have a mix of skills in here, it gets kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah. I will say that the skill gap between Diamond and Bronze has lessened over the years because of everybody working together. Like, if you would have done this 2 years ago, it would have been a little bit more chaos. But now, with Diamond and Gold guys helping Silver and Bronze and vice versa, you know what I mean? It's you join PRA, you get faster. It's gonna happen. Hate to break it to you, sorry, but
and honestly, even guys that don't practice very often, like I know guys like Oscar, he's not one to hot lap or practice at all, but I guarantee you he's gotten faster than before he joined PRA, just from racing around these guys.
Oh yeah.
Well, these guys are getting ready to load up on into this lobby. I'm going to start on board with the 5th place guy. That seems to be where most of the action is at this track, is the 5th place.
Yeah, that first corner is going to be a doozy. We'll see if anybody goes and meets the barriers or flips over some tires or whatnot. It's tighter than it looks coming through here when you're going fast. It's a high-speed corner.
Yeah, and if you turn in too early in corner 1 there, you will hop up on 2 tires. It happened to me and Colt. It was my fault. I was pinching him because he got the inside line on me, but it can toss your tires up and just throw everybody on the left side of you into oblivion.
Yeah, the starting lineup here looks a little bit more equally distributed versus race number 1 when it was 3 Goonies up there out of the 4.
Man, I will say, in my division at least, Colt Chevy's team and the premature acceleration, I was surrounded by them coming into this race. I mean, you had Daddy McNasty that started on pole. I started second. It was Colt Chevy in third and Sacro in fourth. So I was completely surrounded by orange and black.
Well, These guys, they're going to get ready to go green. 15 laps here around Pine Hills Raceway. We have AYDY on the pole with B Spragg on his outside, and D's Courage is not going to give AY any breathing room as the field stacks up. They bunch up. They're getting ready to go green, and we are underway here for 15 laps at Pine Hills Raceway.
Quarter one, here we go. Everybody hold your breath. Pretty clean. Good job, guys. I'm impressed.
Very well done. Unknown went up on two wheels just a little bit, but he got back down and put her straight before he hit anybody, so very well done.
Coming into this hairpin right here, this is where all the knuckles gets bruised, beating on one another. As Unknown jumps from 5th to 2nd there, got DH Fest on his outside. These two guys, they're not battling for, they are battling for on-track position, but they're also battling with each other here.
This tree's going to be scary here. We got some guys going 2-3 wide.
3 wide made it work.
They make it through clean. Whoa, it's a bunch.
See, I feel like some of these guys are taking that line a little more conservative than I may have been doing.
B Spragg's going to dive it down in there. He knows he has to get this ball rolling and rolling quick.
Unknown's in 3rd now. Good jump up.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Spragg did scrub a little bit of speed going through that last corner, and Unknown was able to edge him out and get that third position.
Look at this right now.
Oh, whoa, big crash in the back.
Wow,
big
Badass
crash.
Frog just did a badass move right to the bank. Well, I was going to say, look at the position ticker, and it's basically by division until that crash happened. So it looks like that'll be one tally for everybody. See if he's able to get it going. Yeah, him and E-Man got caught up in it, which is unfortunate.
Man, I feel like E-Man has some really bad luck on this track. I remember, 3 seasons ago, he ended up hitting the rocks on the outside of that tree turn twice in the same race. So it seems like that bad luck is carried over.
Ooh, Brad Perk gets pushed a little wide by Slick, taps the wall. Keeps her going straight, though.
With Oscar right now in this 10th place. He has the Bronze Series lead in his sight right there with Swamp Dog. As Oscar, don't do it. Don't do the caster curse. Wow.
That was close.
Caster curse.
I think he's watching the stream. He wanted to give us a little heart
He heard his
there.
name about jumped out of his skin. That's what happened. Yeah, but I mean, here's the thing that we're trying to do. Look, these guys are 9th and 10th. First is long gone, but these guys still have a race right here that they're racing. They could care less what the other drivers are doing right now. Oscar is focused on Swamp Dog right now, and they're racing for 9th, which is first in their division. That's what we're trying to do here at PRA. Swamp Dog goes a little bit wide. Oh, Oscar! Wow,
Whoa.
That was a interesting change, but Oscar's leading the Bronze Series now.
There we go.
I will say, for the front of the pack, Unknown has closed that gap on D's-Curds and is looking to make a move here really soon.
He edged out a pretty good lead over DH Fest, so he's comfortable in gold, but he wants to win this overall.
There's also another good pack of Slick, Wheelie, and Brad Perk, all battling it out for that 6th place position. Lots of good battles.
Yeah, nice Silver Series battle right there between Slick and Willie. Willie ended up getting the better of everybody at Bloomfield, so he's going to look to carry that momentum there in the Silver Series.
Yeah, and I will say Brad's in a bit of an interesting situation. I mean, he's got 2 silver guys in front of him, one of them being his teammates, but he's also at the back of the gold guys, so I don't know how aggressive he's going to want to take it, or if Wheelie Bum just lets him go.
He's like going up on the hand side of him, so we're going to say aggressive.
Whoa, Slick gets a little bit out of shape right there.
And that's what Brad needed. Wheelie Bum kind of let him by. Really nice move by Wheelie. He said, hey, you go battle Slick and slow him down for me. And Slick's messing up just a wee bit there, getting close to the corner. I don't think he tapped it, but this is Brad's move now. Try to go on the inside. And I know Wheelie's going to try to follow him.
Yeah, so look at that. So Brad was 3 points behind DH Fest right there, and now he's only 1, just by passing them 2 guys. So no harm, really, no foul. But now their sights need to get set on catching up to Unknown.
Unknown is doing it really, really well this race. And I mean, if Unknown can make that move on D's, he's got half a race to do it. If he can, that is a huge gap for him.
Yeah, and I will say I raced with Unknown quite a bit both over in WPL and last season. And when a guy like Unknown is behind you, that is constant pressure. I mean, this guy is so consistent, very, very fast, and he will sit and wait for you to make a mistake. He's kind of like Zuri's, where if he feels like he has time, he will sit behind you, pressure you, and just wait for you to make a mistake.
Yeah, and you got to think, a bunch of these guys race each other a lot on Wreckfest, whether if it's in PRA or WPL, you know, and they understand how each other race to a certain extent. But when you get into a format like this, it changes how you race one another. The mindset's different. As Unknown slides it in there on D's Courage, and now we got the Firebirds 1-2.
D's does have a run. We'll see how they go side by side going into the high speed.
We already know a Goonie's not going to give them a break.
No, they're not. Yeah, D's capitalized on that inside. Let's see if Unknown can do a switcheroo coming on the hairpin up here.
And it looks like he's going for it, going for that inside line. Little bit of bumping, nothing too bad.
That was clean in mind, but here we go. We're going around the next one.
Oh, look at these guys.
Unknown's on that outside. He's going to get pushed wide. Yeah, that's going to be a battle to watch this entire race. Those two are going to be beating and banging. There's that tree! Oh, no, D's. Absolutely. Oh, see, why did he French kiss that tree? D's just full on around it. Man. Oh,
so far not mistaken.
That's a caution.
That'll be a caution.
Tallies and caution is out. AY
Who
is slowing down.
Was it DH Fest that was caught up with it as well? There was a couple cars that got involved with that wreck. It was, oh my God.
This changes everything here, guys. Yeah, we saw it live, that tree. Whew.
So Deeskirch should be moving to the back of the pack here. We'll see if he does. If not, then
no interior, no engine or suspension damage. He's at half health, and his front bumper is gone according to the damage. But he doesn't have any internal damage, so he'll keep cruising along.
So just real quick, pointing out, it's wherever you cross the start finish line this year. I think I mentioned it to a few people. That was a mistake on my end on that end of the deal. But even if you're at wherever you cross the start finish line, if the rule starts to get manipulated, then we will have to enforce it a little bit stricter. So, wait, what?
Oh, that'll help salvage a little bit of Deeskirch's race a little bit. He didn't lose too many positions, but God,
my gosh, look at the Goonies, man. 4, 5, and 6. I feel bad for anybody that's going to be around these guys. They got a, ooh boy. Yeah, you better hope the Firebirds.
We were talking about that 1-2 punch of Unknown and AY. We were talking about earlier in the stream, and 1 and 2. There you go. We'll see if anything changes. You got a crazy restart for the last third of this race.
Definitely.
Absolutely. It seems like a lot of these teams honestly have a 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
Well, the 1-2 punch of the Firebirds is going to get ready to lead this field to the green as Deeskirch will be calling them green from the 5th place. We're underway here. Willie gets an amazing start, and they're about to be 3 wide going into the corner number 1.
Okay, good. He backed out. Got scared.
You know who's not backing out? B-Sprag's not. Oh, as him and AY get into a little bit, Deeskirch, one of the Goonies, taking advantage of it.
Man, and
okay, here comes the hairpin.
AY is going to be going in hot. DH Fest just
blows
his way through
Bob's
there.
around.
Passes around. All right, now what's D-Fest going to do? D-Fest knows Deeskirch is a little bit faster. He's just going to let him go. Indeed he is. Whoa, these guys are getting a little bit into it here.
Oh, wall. Half that wall.
Watch out for that tree. And the Goonies are carrying him.
Deeskirch goes back to his ex and says, I want more, smacks into that tree, and that is going to hurt.
Wow.
And that is the outlap, so unless there's a full restart called, which we'll see if the guy, I think they're saying green. We are green. Wow, Deez, that is, you and that tree need to call it quits.
Wow, man, and it couldn't have been any worse either because the Goonies dragged him about halfway around the track.
They dragged him to the back alleyway and gave him a little bit of an extra
They gave him that Goon Job special out in the back alley, man.
So with
that, Unknown's in first.
I think AY's feeling a little bit better after some tough luck and aggression on that restart. He's back in second again.
You know, I really thought that there was going to be... Whoa, Brad about clobbered the tree. I really thought that AYDY was going to choke there. You know, losing the positions on the restart, over-pushed the car, forced yourself a wreck, but he just took a deep breath and saw the bigger picture.
Absolutely, and that's what you need to do when you're in that situation. I mean, I had to do the same thing myself after I kissed the tree. I saw 3 guys, all of which were just as fast as me, in front of me, and I just needed to put my head down. I was able to catch one of them, almost 2, and I think he did a great job of doing that here.
Well, you know, if anybody can catch Unknown, I think it's going to be AY. I mean...
Yeah, but I don't even think he really wants to.
Yeah, that's true. AY is going to get top points for his division. I mean, he'd like to get around Sprague a little bit more, but if I was AY here, I'd just be like, I'd take a chill pill and just let's ride this out. But we'll see if he goes after his teammate or not.
Unknown wasn't taking a chill pill there. He got up on major 2 wheels coming around the tree corner.
Yep.
You can tell he's really pushing it.
Well, he knows he's got a fast guy in AY behind him. And you need to stay on it when you got somebody like that.
I switched to Badass Frog, and he is in the tree.
Oh, good. Okay, that'll be a tally. Please, he's
there's no more cautions.
Oh yeah, never mind. So he's taking a little breather, just asking how the tree's doing, see if it's okay. Strongest tree I've ever seen, by the way.
Very, very strong tree.
The birch trees are built different wherever this track is.
I'm just looking around.
Another jump up was Brad Perk, man.
These curves and slick get into it. Oh,
ouch.
what a nightmare for D's curves, man. Wow.
D's curves has not caught any luck here.
No.
Absolutely not. Just want to go.
One of those races.
We got 2 laps to go. Just want to give everybody a quick update. Unknown is the overall leader as well as the Gold Series. AY is leading Diamond. Willie is looking for a sweep in Silver Series. And Swamp Dog is leading the Bronze with 2 laps to go.
And what a race between all of these guys. I mean, that caution really switched everything up for a lot of these guys.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Especially D's Kurt. He got his head bashed in. There's no other way to put it. I couldn't catch a break. His car is limping.
He has 11 health left, so. Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, they seem to stretched out a little bit. Everybody's kind of following their lane. I think everybody got a little bit of PTSD from seeing their fellow racer demolished. So they decided, you know what? We're going to single out here. Let's just get this home on the last lap.
Yeah.
Although I shouldn't say that. It looks like Oscar and E-Man are going to be in a little bit of battle for the last lap for the Bronze Series.
Most definitely. But I do want to pop on board with the man of the hour here. Unknown and fast. He has ran a race. A very good race. A very patient race. Indeed. As we're coming around here, last few corners, AY looks like he's going to be content with second spot.
Be very happy if my team got first, second like that, maximizing those points.
Exactly. So here is Unknown and fast. He got past the treacherous part of the track, nice and smooth, one final time. Coming out of the final corner, he took advantage of that late race restart. He took advantage of all the open gaps, and he is going to...
He was trying to give AY the lead.
Interesting. He was trying to give AY the lead. See, we talked about if drivers were going to go for the team aspect or go for the individual, and that's a great example of showing they're here for the team. Like, he wanted AY to get a bigger gap on Sprague because Unknown has a big gap on Brad, so he was just trying to help his teammate out there. So.
Unknown will win. AYDY wins diamond. Unknown wins gold. Slick wins silver. Past Willie. Yep. Wow. And B-Sprag gets a Swamp Dog gets bronze. Wow, so Slick ended up passing Willie there in the silver.
Can we get medical for D-Skirts? Make sure he doesn't have a concussion. We should check that before we go.
Let's get Unknown up in the booth.
Yeah, for sure. But seriously though, medical. Did you
Medic? Anybody? We got a doctor in the chat.
Yeah, doctor in the chat. Should he have survived that? You mean?
Let's see if we can get that man up on in here.
Mr. WPL.
Yeah, WPL himself, eh?
Yeah. Is this first PRA win in a regular season?
I believe so.
I think so. It's quite the accomplishment.
He joined right into Gold with us, and Gold is just a place where degeneracy and bad things happen to good people.
It's scary, okay? Like, no, thank you. There he is. Woo! What a race!
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see your fellow driver die? There was a murder on the track.
Yeah, I mean, I was trying to put pressure on D's, but I didn't think it would go that way.
No, I don't think you did that to him. I wasn't trying to hit on anybody.
There's a probably good fender's width between us still. I was just, racing him hard, following him, sticking to him, letting him know I'm right here. I know he can see the front end of my car, so.
Oh, yeah. And that's how you do it. Pressure them until they make a mistake, and that's exactly what happened. And, man, that late race restart, you jumped on it. And were you trying to give AY a win there at the end?
He made a comment about, he's like, side by side, kind of like a smart comment about it, because they were all like, oh, he's not going to do that. And then it's like, I waited and I was watching behind me, and all of a sudden I seen him coming, and I was like, all right, I'll just hit the brakes. And I was like, you got your side by side.
So it was a cheeky little move. You thought maybe you were trying to help him in his series and sacrifice the
I mean, that's the whole thing when it's going to come down to this. It is a team event, but at the same time, we do have our individuals too, so.
It's kind of like F1 when you think about it that way, the whole balance between team and individual. But, man, you ran a really consistent, great race. And all the way from, I think you qualified 5th to 1st. That's also really impressive.
Right. I just really found a groove there, and then I seen that I was getting up to D's and just running right on him, and it's like, I'll keep the pressure there, see where it goes, see if maybe I'll get him going to catch AY, and maybe run up there. And then he hit the tree, and it was like, all right, and I got a good restart. I think AY got kind of clipped in the rear a little bit. I seen him go a little sideways, and then I just kind of took off from there.
Yeah. I will say that. Go ahead. Sorry.
The Goon Squad did kind of jump on AY a little there, going into that hairpin. He was in between D's Kurds and I think it was DHFS. They just kind of pinched him and he got pushed back.
Yeah, because I tried to stay out wide to give him enough room to still have that low side. I ain't gonna pinch down on. I don't pitch down on anybody. I mean, a lot of you guys have run against me. I try to be as clean as I possibly can. I lift a lot if needed.
Well, I don't know how I feel, Mr. WPL, coming up in here and taking PRA to school, man.
Hey, no. We got W over in the WPL doing the same thing. So, I mean, we're having it good both ways.
Even in the past, I was in there backing shit up. So this is a good punch back. That's all that is.
I mean, even Ty Hard, we were in our Starbeast SS series. Ty Hard beat me by like 9,000 seconds in a drag race to the finish line. So it's been great racing both sides.
With a win like this,
it's awesome.
Coming into a new format in PRA, what type of momentum, or if any momentum, gets carried into WPL?
Oh, it brings a lot of hype because it really gets everybody, like, it kind of gets the little rivalry going, the PRA guys and WPL guys, but I mean, it just brings a lot of great racing. It really does. They see both of us having great racing over here, then you go over there, you still got the good, clean racing, and I think it's derived off a lot of respect for each other, and it's been great.
Most definitely.
It's a healthy rivalry, as I put it. We're always pushing each other to do better and race better.
And I like to hear the storylines coming in each week, who performed well in WPL coming into PRA and vice versa. It really gives a good entertaining aspect to it. And the WPL guys, they race Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, if I'm correct.
We took Sunday
All
off
right,
this
so
season.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you guys want to get in on it, on some of the action, PRA races Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, WPL. So we're going to be looking to do an event together before too long, trying to get some of the ball rolling. But for right now, Mr. WPL is Mr. WPRA coming in here.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad I'll be out of the C class.
Yeah, A class is where he lives. Watch for him to the end of the season.
Hey, I'm worried for J Ray and unknown in that A-class race, man. It'll be interesting.
Oh, W, he is, God, he's a quick learner. He'll keep your hands full in that A class too.
Man,
And Spider as well. They are both fast.
Look at the points battle in that Star Beast series. I mean, you and W going into week 6 are tied.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
I keep getting the messages from him. He's ready to go head to head here.
Well, guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in here for week number 1 of season 15 of PRA Wreckfest. We got a lot of stuff to unfold and unravel as we head into week number 2, where we will be racing the trophy runner in the B class. It's going to be amazing. So next week's tracks, it's the trophy runner B class. We're racing Rattlesnake Race Park main route for 15 laps. And Savilac Sand Pit short route for 25 laps. Wow. Oh, and I'm looking at the lobbies for next week, and man, let me tell you, it's going to be a good one. You guys will figure out later in the week which is going to be the matchup of the week. So just stay tuned, guys. Once again, Unknown, congratulations on your hard-earned fought win in race number 2, and maybe you can do it again next week.
Yeah, thanks. It was a good night.
All right, everybody. As always, we want to thank Wired and Squeller for joining in the booth with myself. It was a pretty good show, guys.
Oh yeah, I loved it, every minute of it. I got screaming a little bit there. You know, I had a good time.
A lot of action. That means that there's a lot of action. And hey, the action is just getting started, guys. Here in about 30 minutes on Prodigy Racing Association's main YouTube page, the PRA Season 2 PC series is going to be going after it. Guys, custom paint schemes, custom tracks, awesome stream, awesome racers, some great guys on PC are coming in, racing door to door. I'm excited to watch it. It's going to be a great battle. Everybody, when that stream goes live, you can migrate to the main channel and cheer on your own, which is
Cheer for me.
Exactly.
That should be great.
But once again, guys, thank you for tuning in to week number 1, and we'll see you next week for week number 2. Have a good night.